I'm Shivendra Kishor. I'm Senior Director at Instacart, leading fraud, abuse, identity, and reconciliation. I did my graduation in computer science engineering, and I got fascinated by how the fraud and abuse was working. I moved from being a software engineer to being a fraud analyst, and then eventually I started supporting PayPal, then moved to eBay, and then to Lyft. During the same time, one of my good colleagues moved to Instacart. They were looking for someone to lead their fraud and identity space, and I got a job. That's my journey. I love to cook for family and friends. I like to cook Indian, like chicken tikka or tandoori chicken. Once you start cooking, you stop liking outside food because you feel like you can make better at home. With Instacart, that motivation was there that you are not solving for only the customer, you are also trying to solve for their family and friends. Footer was onboarded with Instacart primarily to manage all the transaction risk that is happening on the platform. So for example, we had a specific abuse happening on the platform that was entirely new. People were creating a lot of a fraudulent deepfake accounts. Footer helped us to immediately put a control on that one. So when we saw that uptick happening, immediately we made some changes, and within 1 week, we were able to mitigate the entire fraud MO that was happening on that system. It always comes between how you try to balance out between what is growth versus what is friction. Are you going too much in the weed of fraud prevention that you start insulting your good customers, and how to balance those out? There is a ton of network data that you get from fraud vendors like Footer, account history, what this customer has done to other marketplaces. With our help of data, we were able to make the right decision. If you ask me to choose between hiking or climbing, I'll prefer playing badminton. Mostly we play doubles, so it's much more like understanding the strength of your opponent and then partnering with your team members to ensure that you can utilize each other's strength and ensure that you have a good game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. You never lose. It's like how we all can come together and in this fight against fraud, balance out between friction and user experience and ensure that customer trust you. To me, a decision maker is someone who can always think about what is right for their customer and what is right for their business and balance between risk and growth. I always advise people to experiment, be prepared, see what industry peers are doing, and go and fight fraud together.